What show is this?
Oh, man, we're off to a fantastic start.
Welcome to Brain Wreck. I'm Jason X.
Oh, I'm Kevin Graham.
And this is the podcast that had a hell of a weekend.
Did we?
Well,
okay, well, let me ask you this. Did the show have a hell of a weekend?
Well, we were both busy.
I had a weekend.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, but was it a hell of a one?
Well, let me preface this by saying that the 2 weekends prior
The 2 weekends prior.
to this past weekend were horseshit for me.
For you. I don't remember what. So there was this past week. So you're talking about this past weekend and the weekend before?
No, I'm skipping this past weekend.
Okay.
The 2
The
prior
2 prior.
were horseshit. So,
I don't
leading up into this past weekend,
remember what
if you got to multiply by 8, it's terrible.
happened.
Christy, what's the math?
Math.
But yeah, it was eventful for both of us.
Was it?
It was.
Yeah, okay.
I
I feel like you're kind of projecting
well,
onto me.
whether you liked it or not, it was still eventful.
It was still. I had a good time.
Okay.
You know,
Well, tell the people.
I had a birthday. For some reason, I heard that as the wedding song. I was like, "What?"
I'm sure not
It's
yet,
like,
pal. But I mean,
did I black out?
I know you have commitment issues, so that's gonna be a ways away.
Well,
So how was your birthday?
it was good.
Yeah?
It was a good birthday.
Did you go to the Cheesecake Factory?
No, why would I go to the Cheesecake Factory? They didn't give us our free fucking
I know,
cheesecake.
because you're gluten
so
for punishment.
Did you say I'm a gluten
Yeah.
for punishment? I'm bred for punishment.
Yeah.
You know what? Oh God, that works.
Come on, I'm fucking smart, right?
Oh, you're an asshole. Don't misuse words and then make a great pun out of it.
Okay. But anyway, so what did you do for your birthday?
Not much.
Okay.
Just kind of hung out.
Mhm.
Went and had dinner.
Okay, what'd
And
you have dinner?
Where?
Yes.
Oh my God, what is this, like 21 questions?
Well, I mean, we got to fill the show, so come on.
It's. I mean, we're already 5 minutes deep. Sir.
Yeah. I was not there.
We went downtown.
I care, so I need the information.
Milady and I went downtown for
Right.
dinner
Mm-hmm.
to a new local pub establishment.
Local. Okay.
Because it's just downtown.
Not a chain.
Not a chain.
Okay.
It's
So your money stayed in Syracuse.
my money stayed. Well, not my money, her money.
Okay.
But
Well, she makes more than you probably, right?
I don't know.
That's not a discussion you have in the house?
I mean,
Or is it one of those things where she has her money and you have your money, and before anything else happens, there's going to be an agreement written up? And
we don't share money,
okay,
so there's that.
okay,
She's got her money.
mm-hmm,
She's well off.
sure.
Yeah.
She's got a degree.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, so do you.
So do I. I got 3.
That's
Look at me now. Shit.
right.
But yeah, no, we went downtown to a little bar. It was a new thing. We got some food. It was good.
Yep.
And then we went home,
Mm-hmm.
made some coffee,
Okay.
drank the coffee,
Mm-hmm.
had some drinks,
Mm.
watched The Karate Kid.
Jaden Smith.
No.
Oh.
No, Ralph Macchio.
Okay.
Motherfucker. And then, just kind of hung out, did a thing. And then we went to bed.
Okay. Sure.
Birthday.
Went to bed. Yeah.
Jesus. This is not an expose on my life.
The waitress thinks I'm your sugar daddy.
Oh.
Or sugar mama.
Well, I think you have some explaining to do there, lady. No, so she totally kept the waitress was like completely ignoring me when it came to like the bill and stuff.
Okay.
Because
she's a feminist.
the waitress?
Yeah.
How would you know?
Well, she's ignoring you.
Well, Christy paid when we went.
Okay.
And then we went back on, what was it, Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And then she like completely bypassed me and went straight to Christy for the bill.
Right. She's a feminist.
I think you're reading too much into that.
Equal opportunity employer.
That's not how that works.
Okay.
So,
well.
but anyways, Yeah, so it was low key. I don't like doing things for my birthday.
You know,
I'm not a birthday guy. You know, I could have done more, I'm sure, but then it's like, you know, why? What's the point?
right.
So
I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
I'm with
so
you on
I
that.
was just like, you know, it could be a bit of a stick in the mud about it, but
Well, you could have fooled me, pal, because I saw something, and I think we need to talk about this.
well, you brought this up earlier, and I
Yeah.
don't like it.
There's something that your lady posted,
Yeah.
and let me just show the people real quick. This popped up on my feed, which is
Damn, I look good.
a lovely picture of yourself. I'm assuming at said restaurant.
At said restaurant.
At said restaurant.
I could be a model.
Um,
I could be a stock photo model.
how many years have we been doing this show?
I don't know.
Like 3, right?
Like 3 years, yeah.
I've never seen you that happy.
Oh, shit.
and it's one of those things where I'm just like, I had to do a double take. I'm just like, what? Wait a minute. Is this the miserable motherfucker that comes to my house every
Not
Wednesday?
that miserable.
Well, no, you're not. I didn't think you were until I saw how happy you were, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Do I give that off? Is that is that me?
I didn't think so until I saw what the other opposite of the end of the scale could be.
Okay.
Like, and I'm just like, okay, well, what am I doing wrong? Because clearly this is not enjoyable for you to come here. You are not that happy.
This is like
Look how happy you are. Look how happy you are. You are never that happy on this show.
To be fair,
Okay.
I did not want my picture taken right there. But it was taken against my will.
Okay,
It was
okay.
forced upon me. I don't know, man.
I was shocked by
How happy I could be.
by how happy you could be, and then I was subtly disappointed, being like, he's not that happy with me.
Oh my god.
What's
but no,
me?
I could be.
Well, that's the problem. Why aren't you? I try. I put forth my best effort.
This is like a highlight to my week.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Could have fooled me.
Hey man, I show up.
Wow. Yeah, he just shows up to the relationship, folks. I'm
show
sorry,
up.
Christy.
Was that the only point you had about that?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay.
That's all I wanted to say.
But that was my birthday. And
Okay.
apparently, yes, from the picture, it looks as if I was happy and had a good time.
And so you're saying that's not true?
No, that was true. It was.
Okay.
I had an enjoyable day.
Okay, so folks, he can be happy.
I can.
It is possible.
There's
photographic evidence.
deep within this big, burly, handsome physique. There's just like a little ray of sun.
Peeks out every now and then.
Peeks out every now and then.
It's like Syracuse weather.
Oh,
you get it every.
Yeah, tomorrow it's gonna snow. So back to normal me. But yeah, so the birthday happened, and I was like, birthday stuff, whatever. But we still had a good time. Next day, free comic book day.
Free comic book day. Greatest day of the year.
I was jazzed for that.
Were you?
Yeah, and boy, it sucked.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Tell me about it.
We've been doing free comic book day for like the past handful of years.
At least 5, I think.
At least 5. It would be 5 at this point. Like 4. I think it's probably like 4.
4 or 5.
4. It was definitely 4 years.
We're not going to quibble over the number. I want to make you happy.
It was. Well, brother. see me after the show.
Oh, well, pal.
But it was 4 years.
Okay.
And we a lot of times we'll all meet up,
Right.
a couple shops, whatever. So you were not in the area,
Right, which we'll get to.
which I actually have a funny story. Because I think it was like the night before. I saw that I had a chat notification. when
Right.
I hopped on my computer real quick and do some shit
Right,
for
yeah,
work.
yeah.
So it's like, I wonder who's trying to message me, and it was like you, the Bitter Boys, and then Derek.
Right.
And
He started the chat.
he started the chat apparently, trying to figure out what people were doing for Free Comic Book Day,
Right.
trying to meet up. You guys were all like, "Yeah, we're leaving town,"
Right.
and he was like, "Oh, okay." But I was like, oh, hey, Derek's looking for something to do. Like, we should meet up with him.
Right.
I was like, yeah, we're heading downtown first thing. He's like, all right, cool. And he's like, I got these people with me. I'm like, yeah, cool, whatever.
Right.
Never met up with him.
Oh, okay. That's pretty obvious.
Never ended up meeting up with him.
Yeah.
But we went downtown
Okay.
to go to the one shop that
Cloud
was
City, yeah.
Yeah, to go to Cloud City.
Yep.
Because I'm like, here's the plan. It's like birthday weekend. I know I don't plan shit, but it's free comic book day too, so I'm gonna figure this all out.
Right.
Wake up, go downtown, go to Cloud City.
Were you gonna do the ass crack of dawn thing and wait in line and all that kind of stuff?
We never wait in line.
Well, I know you don't.
Yeah.
Cut it when I get there.
Yeah, we just cut ahead. Because we're fucking pros at this shit now.
Well, no.
No,
okay.
we're fucking pros at this.
Go ahead. I've got some
free
comments.
comic book dayer.
I have some
you
comments.
You can keep your comments to yourself, sir.
Okay. Well, I want to make you happy, so go ahead.
So we were like, I was like, yeah. So we'll go downtown, hit up Cloud City. After Cloud City, go get some donuts.
Right.
Because there's this sweet ass donut shop down there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll head up, and then we'll go to like the play of the game that's not in the mall.
Not in the mall, right?
And then we'll go to the play of the game that's in the mall.
Okay.
I think there's one other one that's in the mall.
Right.
So we'll kind of do there. Then we'll head up to North Syracuse, hit those two shops.
Yep.
Go get pizza. After pizza, go play pinball at the pinball
Ah,
arcade.
wow.
Go
Yeah,
home,
you had a whole
take
thing.
Oh man, I was like, it's gonna be fucking dope.
Yeah.
Dude, it was like so low energy.
Well, you know why?
Why?
Because I wasn't there.
You know what?
It's true.
It's true.
Because let me tell you, and I'm not bullshitting anyone. If there's any motherfucker on this planet that's more enthusiastic about Free Comic Book Day,
It's you.
it's this guy. I am the one that rallies the troops. I am the one that usually sets the plan.
You are the general.
Yes.
Apparently,
When it comes to Free Comic Book
we've
Day.
just never realized it.
Well, of course, because I'm underappreciated. But just throwing it out there.
I don't.
So the year without a Santa Claus, you see, everything goes to hell.
Oh man, yeah.
So how much of your plan did you end up doing?
Like half. Half. We got donuts.
Mm.
I was like, yeah, that was a good.
Did you get pizza?
Did not get pizza. Did not get pinball.
Oh man, that's what made it fun.
Yeah. But the problem was, like, I remember years past, there was always like something going on during Free Comic Book Day.
Well, the thing that made me switch plans was the fact that Cloud City moved.
Okay.
Because they went downtown, because they left the mall, you had to wait outside to get shit.
Right.
Which I was like, I mean, I plan on doing that anyway, but it's not.
I was
it's
gonna
not
say,
the same.
you not for nothing. Didn't you still kind of wait outside for some
Well-
shit? I mean,
I will say this.
I feel like you got some holes in that story.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a story to tell, but I will say this. This was the cheapest Free Comic Book Day on record for
Okay.
me. It was also the longest on record for me
Okay.
as well, waiting wise as well. So
Yeah.
So-
you had a bit of an adventure, sir.
So do you want to just dive right into it?
You know what? Why don't you just dive head
All right,
first right into it and oh
So this was one of those deals where somebody proposed an idea, and it was one of those ideas of like, we're going to go do this. Do you want to come along?
so it really wasn't an idea. It was more of like a invitation.
Invitation.
Like
right.
This is what we're doing. You can come to.
Right,
Okay.
exactly. So the idea was that on Free Comic Book Day, there's a little comic book shop down in New Jersey called Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash, home of the comic book men on
exist.
AMC after The Walking and Talking Dead. Plug. And
They don't pay to be on here.
I mean, that's fair. Well, maybe now they owe us something.
No.
No. Well, they better after
That's not how it works.
They better after my story. And the owner of that store is Kevin Smith,
Right.
whom we both like.
Yes.
So my friends were like, we're going down there because Kevin Smith is doing a signing on Free Comic Book Day. And, we normally go around here, but the place is out of the mall and there's not really anything going on.
God, it's like things changed. We just can't do it anymore.
I know, like they said, we've done this 4 years in a row. Let's do something different.
Okay.
Let's change it up, kind of.
That excuse I can go with.
Right. So I'm like, okay, sounds good to they're like, we got a spot in the car. Do you want to go? And I'm like, Sure.
Sure, why not?
I like Kevin Smith. I'd like to meet him. Now, and that's the other thing too. Like, I'm not really someone for meeting celebrities.
Yeah, like it's
Like,
not the
it's
type
not
of
my
thing
thing.
I would necessarily go out of my way to do.
But that was like, it was for me. It was more about going to the store because I always wanted to go to that store.
Right.
Like that was like one of the Midtown check, Jane Silent Bob
Yeah.
check, Forbidden Planet. I gotta get to still, but whatever the case may be. So we read online that the deal is he calls this event a Funko de Mayo because it was also Cinco de Mayo.
Also Cinco de Mayo.
So the idea is you go there, you buy his Funko, he will sign your Funko,
Right.
and then you're out the door. So the deal was that it said specifically, he will sign your Funko, he will not sign any other merchandise,
Okay.
he will not take photos with you, and you can take photos of him signing the item, but you're limited to the one Funko Pop for the thing.
So I mean, essentially, it was a way to sell some Funkos.
Sell some Funkos, right?
Right.
Which is fine.
Hey, sure, why not?
So, but my buddy that I went with called the store
Right.
to make sure that everything was still going on and everything like that. Especially after the man had a heart attack.
You want to make sure that you're not going to drive all the way out there because there's nothing worse than driving all the way out to New Jersey and then not being able to do the thing that you were supposed to do. Because then you're stuck in New Jersey.
That is correct, sir.
Yeah. I've been stuck in New Jersey. It's not
Terrible.
fun.
So they mentioned on the phone that, he's going to do that. Those are the rules. But we're going to cap the line.
See, that's...
And we're like, oh.
Okay. That's a bit of information that I found out the day of, and I had texted you about.
Yeah, so, and they're like, we don't know what we're going to cap it at yet, but we're going to cap the line.
I would imagine they would cap it at the same number of Funkos that they had.
You would think so, right?
Finals.
You would think, right? So we're like, okay. And then the discussion happened of like, well, if they cap the line, do you still want to go? And I'm just like, I'm mostly there for the store.
Right.
So as long as we can get into the store, I'm good, right?
Yeah, so for you, the trip still made sense because worst case scenario, you still win.
I still, right, exactly. So we get into the car. It's me, two of my buddies, and then somebody I don't know. Met for the first time in the car.
Okay.
Kind of thing. So, and he was like, I hate most people.
Sure.
I don't like meeting people.
Right.
I find most people annoying.
Which is weird considering you were going to a thing where you were going to meet somebody.
Right, exactly. But this guy in the car was all right.
Okay.
Like, he was okay. So
Everybody's on the up and up.
everybody's on the up and up. I'm having a good time. So we did the 4.5 hour drive
What
there.
time did you leave?
We were on the road by 5:30 a.m.
Oh, okay. That's a bit later than I would have.
Actually, yeah. I mean, it was 5:20. Well, it was 5:20, but then we stopped at the Speedway, gassed up, and got our shit.
Gotcha.
And then we were on the road by 5:30, right? So we get there, and we're driving, we're talking, and on the way down, we're driving, and we look up, and there's another comic book store about 30 minutes away, because we thought for sure, like, if they're doing this Funko signing, there's no way in hell they're doing the free comic book day stuff.
Right.
So we're like, well, we're going to miss out on free comic book day, kind of.
I mean, they're a comic book store.
Right? So I'm like, and we're looking it up on the way, and we're like, well, maybe because the secret stash opens at 11.
Right.
And we're like, this place opens at 10. Well, maybe we go to this place first and do that. But I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. We're going for this one thing. Let's go for the one thing.
That was a smart idea.
Which was a smart move, considering what happens later in the story here.
Okay.
So we get to New Jersey. We get on Broad Street where the secret stash is.
Yeah.
And we drive by, and also on the way down, one of my friends was like, so what's our cutoff point? Because I don't want to, he's like, I don't want to be waiting all day. I'm old and miserable, and I don't want to do anything.
Lovins.
Yes. So
Sorry, Lovins.
so he goes, what's our cutoff point? And I'm just like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, if we can get in, we get in, kind of thing. It's just like, well, I'm saying if it's over 100, I'm not
Oh
waiting.
my God! Come on. What's the what? Why? Why bother at that point?
Turns out he was just trying to egg us on. But whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So we get there, and we're driving down the street, and we see the secret stash, and of course there's a line, and he's just like, I don't know, that looks like it's over 100. I don't know if we're gonna do it. So we parked. We were like, okay, well, we gotta park the car.
Right.
So we turn down the side street and we're like, okay, well, there's a parking meter or whatever, because it's kind of like downtown where the thing is.
Parking sucks.
Parking
and
sucks.
Plus, you're in New Jersey, so parking sucks triple.
Correct, and here's why.
Yeah.
So we get to the parking meter and we're just like, oh, we don't have any change.
So, oh my god.
So
yeah, I remember because when I was down there, that was one thing I noticed. I was like, oh, this is kind of like
it's old school. Like it's an old school meter.
Yeah.
And so we're like, we don't have any change. And so we get out and we're futzing with the parking meter because there's a little thing on it that says, if you download this app.
I was just going to say, because a lot of the older meters have the app thing where you can download it and just put money in.
Right. So they're like, you can download the app.
There's a con to that, though.
Oh, I'm about to tell the con.
Oh, yeah, I bet. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad. You know what? I'm having a good time.
There's that face,
There's
folks.
that face.
I've been waiting for it all night. So we download the app.
Right.
And we're at this parking meter for 10 minutes, trying to figure the fucking thing out.
I can totally picture that.
So we download the app. You know, you have to sign up.
Right.
So you go through the process of signing up, and then you get in. And then there is a $25 minimum to put on the app to put on your parking meter. And we're like, we're going to be here for like 4 hours. Like, we don't need $25.
I still have $20 on my account for New York City. Last time I was in New York City, I drove down. I did that because I was this is the thing that fucking sucked. I have change in my car, but because I had to park like a ways away from my friend's apartment, I was like, well, shit, I don't want to have to run all the way back down here. So I had the app. So I downloaded the app, put the money on it.
Right.
Went to his apartment. The problem is when I tried to renew my meter, it wouldn't let me.
Oh, because there's like a certain.
It was like a 2-hour max.
Oh man!
So even when I tried to repay it, it was like, no, you can't do that.
You just go to the next meter and do it, or
I just basically had to like say fuck it at that point. Hope I didn't get a ticket.
Wow!
Did not get a ticket.
Oh, well, there you go.
Scored.
So we fucked with this parking meter and the app and the whole goddamn bullshit for like 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then off in the distance, Levins is like, hey, there's a parking garage. Let's
just go to the parking garage.
Let's just go to the parking garage. Because it was, for 4 hours, it was $6 to park in the street, or it was $10 all day in the fucking parking garage.
Well, really, it would have cost you $25 to park on the street.
Well, correct, because of the app, right?
Because let's face it, no one's ever going to use that stupid app again.
Correct.
Why would you go back to New Jersey? At this point, there's no reason anymore.
So we go back to the parking lot and we get out and we start walking and we walk down. Went the wrong way. Then we came back.
Of course.
Yeah, because
I can picture that too.
It's New Jersey, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's New Jersey's fault on that one.
Well, come on now. Side streets and shit.
It's so confusing.
Right. So we finally get to the secret stash and and I know you've been there, right?
Yes.
So it goes out the door.
Right.
Down the side alley.
Okay.
Okay, so we're making an L basically to the thing. And then the end of the line's at like almost to the end of the building there, okay? So turns out the cap was 250 people. 250. Pretty low number, right?
Yeah, but I mean, if it's,
for someone like Kevin Smith, it's kind of low number,
especially
right?
Kevin Smith in his hometown, in his store, on Free Comic Book Day.
I fucking popped huge because basically what they were doing was they were handing out tickets with numbers on them, and if you got a ticket, you got to get in line. And the person handing out the ticket was Mike Zapsik from Comic Book.
Right. Okay.
Like, oh, you actually work here.
When Christy and I went there for the first time. Well, for the only time I've been there, because we were coming back from the wedding of one of her friends, and I was like, "Can we please stop?" She's like, "Absolutely."
Right.
So we walk in, and I'm picturing like to open up the door, and it's like the show. Everything's colorful. It's lit up. There's people milling about. I open the door. It looks like a dimly lit den.
Yes.
And Zapsik is working the counter, and it looks like he hasn't seen the sun in a week and a half.
And he looks just like Jack Trades.
Yeah, like I opened the door and he was talking to a customer and like the light hit him in the face and he was just like, and I'm like, hey.
Oh, it's so true.
And then like we just kind of walked in and it's dark in there.
Yeah. So it was way darker than I thought it would be in there. But so we obviously see it's a long line, and we get our tickets,
Right.
and I get ticket 223.
Ah, shit.
So like, and remember the cutoff is 250.
Yeah.
And
imagine if you guys had putzed around with that parking meter for 10 more minutes.
because I shit you not, 15 minutes later they were all gone.
Yeah.
That was it. They were done. And so that's the thing. If we had stopped somewhere,
Yeah.
if
If you had gone to that store,
we would have
been fucked.
We would have been fucked, right? So here's the deal. Here's the part that kind of really fucking sucked a lot. The deal was you got your ticket, you were in line.
Mm-hmm.
You go into the store, and that's where you buy your pop figure.
Right.
Once you buy your pop figure, you go out of the store,
Gotta leave again?
back around to the back alley, and then you get in line there to meet Kevin because Kevin's signing in the back of the store.
Okay.
So they're having you go into the back.
So they split the store in half.
Right. And then once Kevin signed your shit, you went back through the store to leave, basically. So you're like coming through the back to go out the front kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay. So
Sure.
to stand in line to buy the pop figure was a 2-hour wait.
Okay.
2 hours to buy the figure. Which, I mean, we were at the end of the line.
You
was
guys
kind of
have
a thing.
waited longer
On Free Comic Book Day.
for Cloud City. So
Correct.
I'm like, okay,
Correct.
that seems normal.
So we eventually get in the store, and I get in the store, and like, you can't really look at anything.
No. Because you got to get back in line, right?
Because you got to get back in line, and like, there's a mob of people in there.
Yeah.
And so I'm like kind of looking like it's cool that we're there, and like Walt's behind the counter,
Yeah.
and like people I've seen from the show. And
Believe
stuff
it or
like that.
not, those people that are on the show actually
work
work
there.
there.
Yes.
Like, it is their job.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So I'm like looking around. I'm like, oh man, all this stuff is cool.
Yeah.
Now, while we're in line trying to buy a pop figure, on the opposite side of the door are just people trying to get into the store, like that aren't
okay.
interested, and that line goes for miles.
Really?
Yes. So what they're doing is they're letting like 3 people in from one line, 3 people in from another line. So the store's just mobbed, basically.
Shit. Okay.
So eventually, 2 hours later, we get in, buy the pop, come back out,
Right.
and then we get in line behind the building for Smith. So
Right.
Kevin was supposed to be signing starting from noon to 3.
That's what I read.
So he's signing from noon to 3. By the time we bought our pop, it was about 12:30.
Okay.
So he'd already been signing for a half an hour.
Sure.
So we get to the back, and kind of to make a fucking really, really long story short, we waited 5 hours.
Jesus. That is actually one thing I heard is that it went long, but I didn't realize you guys had to wait that long.
Yeah, so we waited 5 hours, but kind of what made the time go by really quick,
Right.
and not really quick, but like at least entertaining, was, well, when you got your ticket, they lined you back up in the second line by your number.
Okay.
So like you couldn't really,
Yeah, it makes sense.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
So the guy that was in front of us when we were buying the pop was pretty entertaining. Like he was pretty charismatic and kind of thing. So what he decided to do was he went on the Facebook of Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash to the event page
Right.
and started reading all the comments of the people that didn't show up in time.
Because that's what prompted me to
Yes.
message you.
Yes.
Because we had gotten home at one point, I think it might have been around 3, and I was like, I wonder how that event's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And like I went on Twitter, I couldn't really find anything, so I hopped over to Facebook to see if like you had posted anything. And then I saw like a blip about the stash, so I clicked on that, and I just started reading all the people who were like, "This is fucking bullshit."
Yep.
There was nothing about a line being capped, yada yada yada. And then there were people who were like, "Show up earlier."
Right.
Like,
Dude,
don't bitch.
The best thing was we were just about to get in to buy the pop.
Right.
So this is probably like right around noon or whatever. And this guy walks up because they obviously have security at the door, right?
Of course,
To manage the line, whatever. Walks up to the security and goes, "I want to talk to Kevin right now."
Because that's how you get it done.
Right.
That's, yeah. Uh-huh.
And And he's just like, there was never any mention of the line being capped. This is
my
bullshit.
God.
This,
Oh
this
my
and that.
God.
And then like Zapsik came out to talk
Right.
to the guy, and he's just like, I don't know what to fucking tell you. You should have gotten here at 7 a.m. like these other fucking people,
Right,
you know?
right.
And that's basically like the whole feed was of people on the Facebook page of all the negative comments we were reading was massive misspellings, and then people complaining.
Well, here's the thing. On one hand, I can understand the frustration of, there wasn't any information about there being a capped line, or like there wasn't any information about there being a time cutoff,
Right.
or anything like that. However, at the same time, you guys called ahead.
Right.
Because you were
We're
driving from out
proactive.
of state. You were proactive. You said,
Right.
hey, we're going to be driving 5 hours. Maybe we should make sure that everything with the event is still running, and maybe find out some more information along the way.
Right.
Which is what you did, because you guys
Obviously got
thought ahead.
thought ahead, right? So we're doing this in the comments
Right.
and stuff, and then we get to this one fucking douchebag in the comments.
Okay.
Jeff D. Brown
Oh, man.
in the comments, and he said this again along the lines. This is fucking bullshit.
Right.
The signing is supposed to be from 12 to 3. I show up at 1 and I can't get in.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you.
He's like, I'm in the window of when he's supposed to be signing, and I should be able to get in.
If you're
in this.
No, because in most cases, at that point in time, even if you show up during the window, you're not getting in.
Right.
Like, that's the way, basically, that's the way the world works.
He's like, I drove 20 minutes down there and I couldn't get it. And so like
I rode my bike
so the guy who
2 miles.
the guy that was in front of us, who was the charismatic guy, is the
Right.
guy reading this, and he's doing like dramatic readings
great.
of all these fucking things, and like, so we're all fucking exploding. So what
Right.
he's just like, hey, everybody, come here. We're gonna take a picture, and we're gonna post it as a comment on this guy's fucking thing. So like we're all holding up like our pop figures that we
Right,
bought,
right,
and
right.
we're in line, just like, ha, you fucking asshole kind of thing, and we take the picture and we put it up on
You
the
guys
thing.
are such heels.
So, it gets better.
Oh, brother.
So and then he replies with, oh, you guys, like trying to quote Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back, like, you guys are the ones that are the ball
The
licker.
ball licker.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and this
yeah,
and
yeah.
that and this and that. So we just fucking go back and forth with this guy kind of thing. And then, like, it gets real personal. Like, they start bringing the mothers into this, and, like, you don't got to do that.
And, like, I feel like this guy is around the corner from you.
Well, that's the thing, is, like, this.
Like, he could be any one of those motherfuckers that's lined up next to you.
It's super funny because, like, we're in the back alley,
Right.
right? And there's other businesses that park in, like, that alley.
Right.
And this guy in this full suit comes back, and he's looking around like, what the fuck is going on here? Like,
should know at
I
this
parked
point.
my car, like, over
Yeah.
there kind of thing. And we're like, oh, shit, it's Jeff D. Brown's lawyer.
my
He's
God.
here kind of thing. But, like, so it's getting, like, heated
Right.
back and forth. And I'm like, you know what? Let me take it upon myself here.
Oh, no.
I go onto Facebook, and I'm just like, okay, everybody here, listen. There is currently, right now, a Facebook group called the Secret Stash Ball Lickers. You need to go on there, and we're all going to fucking join this group so
Oh
we
my
can stay in touch
God.
together. So to this day, there is a Secret Stash Ball Lickers group on Facebook that we all belong
Look
to.
at that. You went out there.
I bring people together.
You went on an adventure.
Mm-hmm.
You planned ahead. You found a better parking solution. You got in at the right time. You got a ticket. You got your pop. You got to meet the man, and you met friends along the way.
Right. So we're waiting in this line. Like I said, it took 5 hours, right? So obviously from noon, 5 hours is past 3 o'clock to where the cutoff was supposed to be for the signing. So at 3 o'clock, Kevin Smith comes out to the line.
Right.
So we're all standing there. We've already been waiting for 3 hours.
Right.
And he comes out and he says, all right, everybody, thank you for coming. The signing is over.
Oh.
And he's like, just kidding.
Okay. All right.
And we all popped for it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, listen, I know it said that I'll sign the thing. I know it said no pictures and all this. Fuck all that. So he's like,
Okay.
you're all going to get a picture. I'm going to sign whatever you want to sign.
Right.
But I only ask that, like, you have your cell phones out and ready, and you have the items ready.
That's always kind of been his one thing is like, okay, we can do it. Just like hurry the fuck up.
Like, let's,
which makes sense. Like a lot of people are like that.
Right, exactly. And it definitely made sense, especially for how long we were there. So, you know, we got there, and 5 hours later, I got my picture with the man. I got
You
to
don't
meet him.
look as happy as I did.
No, exactly. And not only that,
but of course you've also been waiting for 5 hours.
and he greeted me with a hug.
You got the hug.
I got to hug Kevin
Smith. How did
Smith.
he smell?
I didn't smell him.
As a man who has no sense of smell, I'm disappointed.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. He's a lot shorter than I thought he'd be. Like, I knew he was a short guy, but I didn't know I'd be taller than him.
Oh, okay.
So there was that. And then, of course, I came home with a signed Funko, and there is my ticket.
Oh, look at that! That's
right in the back there. So
dope.
You can take a look at that if you want to.
Man, this is a good pop box. I gotta get me one of those.
Yeah, you can only find those at ThinkGeek.
Okay, that makes sense.
Or if you want to pay double the price, you can get it on Amazon.
Nah, I don't want to do that.
Nope, nobody wants to do that.
Don't want to do that.
So, and then, of course, we went to... while we were down in the area, we went to the Quick Stop.
Okay.
Which is looks like a fucking dilapidated building.
Well, it's like a corner shop, ain't it?
It is, but it looks like that. It's one of those things that looks like it was declared a historical landmark, so nobody can fucking touch it because nobody's fucking done anything
tear it down.
to it.
Is it still in operation?
It is still in operation. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
is it just the mini mart, or is there anything on the other side?
Well, the video store is literally right next door.
But is it still a video store, or is it that empty?
It is empty, but they still have the video store sign in the window. So like you can lean against the wall, you know, take a picture with the sign.
You guys all lean against the wall.
Of course we did.
You fucking marks.
So we go in there and we're just like, okay, well, we got to check it out. And, you know, we do the pictures in front of the thing or whatever, and we walk in and we're just like, oh, we have to buy something.
Yeah.
So, like,
you know how many times that clerk has probably seen fucking, like, just neckbeards and other nerds walking in, like,
yep,
this is where they did the thing with the eggs. This is where, this is where they did the nail painting scene.
Which is hilarious because, like, the guy I was telling you in line,
right.
He's like, yeah, go down there, cool. They know you're gonna touch the eggs. You know, they know you're gonna do.
They know you're gonna go jerk off in the bathroom and probably have a heart attack and keel over.
I fucking popped huge because. Obviously, it's the counter that you know it's still there.
Yeah.
I mean, I bought an Arizona tea, spent $1. I didn't smell it. God damn it. Man. But like, I look over to the side and they have the rack of nudie mags. It's still there.
Nice. Who buys nudie mags?
I don't know. Like, there's a thing called the internet. Yeah. Which is amazing. So I would say, and I was correct. There was no free comic book day stuff.
Okay.
Which, I mean, the store was mobbed. Like, you definitely couldn't do that. So, but to kind of wrap up the whole story in a nutshell. Now, when you went to Free Comic Book Day, how many comics were you able to take?
I mean, it depended on the store, but I only took 2.
Like 2. Like, I think the most I've ever seen is like 5.
Yeah.
You can take, right?
I took 2 because I didn't really care.
So I was like kind of bummed, like I missed out on the free books, but like I got to meet.
Was there any of the books that you wanted?
There were a couple.
Okay.
But turns out, come Monday morning, Midtown Comics had all the free comic books on their website.
Yeah.
For sale, and all you had to do is pay shipping.
Pay the shipping. Well, most stores don't get rid of everything, so they leave them out for a week and a half anyways.
Right. So what I was able to do was, I think there were probably 30 titles for Free Comic Book Day. I was able to get them all.
Oh my God.
And not only was I able to get them all, I was able to add them to my subscription, so I'm not paying any more in shipping.
Oh my God. Well, hey, that's smart.
So essentially, this was the best Free Comic Book Day ever.
It just worked out in your favor.
It worked the fuck out. I tell you that. But yeah, like, it was super cool. Like, I got to hug Kevin Smith. I thanked him for like everything. Like, so I mean, obviously we do the show because I'm a big fan and stuff like that.
Pretty much, yeah.
And like, I got to thank him, you know, for basically changing a lot of my philosophy on life and stuff like that. Of like, you can do shit. You just need to fucking go do it.
You just need to do it.
So, like, that was super cool, especially after the man had a heart attack. I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm never going to get to meet Kevin Smith kind of thing. So, like, it all worked out. It was a really cool trip. We ate some really bad barbecue, though. Like, it was kind of the shit.
Yeah?
But besides that, like, it was pretty good.
So that's good. I'm happy for you.
Oh, well, thank you,
Look at that.
sir. Look at that. Look, see,
Yeah.
there's a smile.
Yeah,
like,
there's
hold on, let me go. I'm going to Kevin Graham it. I mean, you had fun.
Of course. Of course I did.
Next year, I'll be sure. We'll be sure to.
Well, next year it's on my birthday again.
Oh, it's on your birthday.
Because it'll be May 4th.
Oh.
Unless there's like a random leap year.
So, I don't know math.
It's not.
So is that something you'd be interested in doing, or are you going to be more about like, it's my birthday, let me go fucking jerk off?
Well, I mean, I'll definitely be all about that.
Right.
I mean, I could do both.
No, that's in public, bro. You can't jerk off in the comments.
Well, I mean, there's the car.
Okay.
And like the trip down.
Well, as long as it's not
Is it happening again next year? Because next year it'll be my birthday, which is most important.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be Star Wars Day.
Mm-hmm.
This is May the 4th.
Right.
And then Free Comic Book Day.
I will say, like,
so it's a triple threat.
Like, if you really think about it, I spent 4 hours in the car.
Right.
7 hours total in line.
Right.
And then another 4 hours in the car
back.
on the way back.
It's a day.
To meet the man for probably 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Totally worth it.
Okay.
I would absolutely do it again. Oh, and he may or may not, during conversation, give a spoiler about The Flash.
Like this current season?
Yeah, what's going to happen.
You know what? I stopped watching.
Yeah, me too. But like
we stopped watching midway through all the CW shows this season.
But Lovin still watches and a big fan and talked to him. And Kevin's like, oh, yeah, this, and this is going to happen.
Oh.
And he's just like, holy shit.
Okay. Yeah, see, we kind of got to the point where, I mean, at least for me, like, all the CW shows just got, like, super melodramatic.
I don't have time.
And it got to the point where it's just, like, I want to keep watching it, but it just seems like all the conflicts that they're putting up on screen is just, it feels forced. And the other thing they started doing that really pissed me off is they stopped adhering to the universe they created.
Right.
So, like, in past seasons, there was, like, all this shit that, like, you know, The Flash or Supergirl or Arrow would do. And then when they would get into a situation where that power or whatever
would come in handy,
they just don't do it.
Not only that, but, like, how many people can run real fast?
There's a lot.
It seems like every major villain was a speedster, and I'm like, how can there be that many?
The major villain this season wasn't a speedster.
Which one? Of this season?
This season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But then there's, like...
Well, there was, like, Dr. Wells, and there was, like, Zoom, and then there was...
Zoom, and then there was Savitar.
Right.
And then there was, like, Future Barry.
And I'm like,
and then there's, like, 4 Kid Flashes.
Yeah. Like, listen.
It's a bit too much. So we're waiting until they all go on Netflix to just binge them all.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, because...
That was a good idea. So I will say it was a very eventful weekend for myself. I had a good time. You seem like you did okay.
I had a weekend.
Yeah, I had a weekend.
I had a weekend, and I enjoyed spending it with the people that I spent it with. That was honest. That's true though.
So the one thing
not to be a complete cock about it.
Okay. The one thing I did want to bring up to you is you are now on fucking death's door, lady. Mister.
No, I'm not. I am in the Batman age.
Yeah, you are.
I am officially now. I mean, I feel like the Batman age is like 28 to 33, but like I am now in the midst of the Batman age.
Right. You're at your like year 3.
Because I feel like I'm in year 2. Really? Or I just came
Reality
back.
Check, brother.
What?
Reality check.
No, I'd say like this could be my year 1. Why not?
Too old.
Why do you gotta? How am I too old?
Too old.
What's the age
of year 1?
Yeah.
25 or 26.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So I'm like year 3.
That's what it said.
I know. I'm agreeing with you, motherfucker.
Finally.
Let me backtrack here.
Okay.
So yeah, I am now
Experienced.
I thought you said like experimenting. I'm now committing my what?
What?
Huh?
He's marrying Catwoman.
Oh. Now committing my life to training my body and mind to become one with the Batman.
Okay.
So I'm going to do the things that Batman does.
So you're turning 29.
Yeah. No, I've turned 29.
You've turned 29.
I'm 29.
You are 29 now.
Not 30.
No.
Like one of my coworkers grilled me about at work the other day.
Oh, okay.
She was like, "How old are you now? You're 30?" I was like, "No, I'm 29." She goes, "Really?" I was like, "Jesus fuck."
Yeah, and okay. So I, on the other hand, am turning the big 3-0.
You're turning 30
next month. And so I decided that
You're in year 4.
Yeah.
Oh, brother.
I decided that it's probably about time I get a doctor.
You don't have a doctor?
Dude, I've never had a doctor.
How have you never had that? Well, to be fair, I have a doctor, but I don't see my doctor. Because the last time I went and saw my doctor, he was like, "You don't need to come back." So I just haven't gone back in like 5 years.
Okay. Well, I figured like turning 30, that's when everything kind of starts to go to hell.
It's usually like 40, but, whatever.
Well, with me.
Well, for you.
Right.
So, like 27.
there was this was all sparked by yesterday.
Oh, yesterday.
So yesterday.
That was a Tuesday.
It was a Tuesday. So what happened yesterday is I got to work and I just could not focus. I couldn't focus on anything. Okay. I couldn't focus on the work. I couldn't focus on my thoughts. I couldn't focus on the fucking keyboard. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe I just need some caffeine. I got some caffeine, and I still couldn't fucking focus on anything.
Caffeine makes it worse, son.
It does make it
those
worse.
Jitters. The anxiety.
Well, you can get shit done, too.
No. Because then it's like caffeine is just like when you're super sleepy and you can't focus. It's like the worst because then you just like are super sleepy, you're super jittery.
Well, that's the thing. I think that's what happened.
You gotta pee a lot, and then you poop more too.
Right,
which it's like a diuretic.
It's not a bad thing.
Well, I mean, you don't want to be going to the bathroom every 5 minutes.
Well, maybe you do if you want a break.
Well, even at that point, just stay in the bathroom.
Well, that's what I do.
Okay, cool.
So
look
anyway,
at you thinking ahead.
I know, right?
Thinking with your butt.
So. Yeah. But like, I don't know if you noticed, but yesterday, the goddamn fucking sun was a fucking bright as shit at like 5:30 in the fucking morning.
I don't maybe I may yes I remember.
Okay. So it woke my son up.
Okay.
At 5:30 in the fucking morning.
Okay.
Who then proceeded to wake
you up. Oh my god. Wow. What was that?
Mini stroke.
Oh, good Lord.
So I'm going to see a doctor, I swear.
Good. I hope you see one soon.
So my son woke me up at like 6, and I don't usually get up to like 7.
Okay.
And I've already, like, I usually go to bed at like midnight. So like I'm banking on maybe 7 hours of sleep.
Sure.
And in this case,
reasonable.
I got like 5.5, whatever. The case
Batman
may be.
can run off of 4 hours.
I heard recently
that's what I'm training myself.
That like people that are like, oh, I'll sleep when I'm dead, kind of thing. Well, that leads you to die early.
I think that's the idea. I think they're like, no, I'm gonna sleep when I'm dead, and they're just kind of rushing to death at that point.
Right, which I don't want to do. I mean, I like stuff.
But Batman, 4 hours of sleep a night.
Right.
And he runs a multi-billion-dollar enterprise.
I'm pretty sure he's on methamphetamines. But
dropping those big loads,
yeah,
brother.
Exactly. So anyway, so I couldn't focus on anything, and I'm like, and this has happened to me more and more frequently, of where I can't focus on anything. I can't remember anybody.
You can't remember anybody?
Nobody. Like, I can't remember names and I can't remember faces.
Well, is it a thing that...
That's why I call everybody fella. It just covers everybody.
Call everybody man. But is that more have to do with that you just don't care?
I don't know.
To know... Because I know with me, like in wrestling...
I mean, I don't like anybody.
So it's probably you being you instead of like
That's supposed to mean.
thing up there. You know what I
So
mean.
so the idea is just like after yesterday where I'm like, oh fuck, I'm so tired, I can't focus on anything, can't remember anything.
Right.
I'm having such a bad day. I'm just like, okay, I'm about to turn 30.
Yeah.
It's probably about time that like my dad had cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And like my mom had like a nerve damage thing. I'm like, I should probably get established
Sure.
somewhere, get things checked out. Like my sister has Crohn's.
Check the oil.
You know, that kind of thing. And I'm just like, okay.
Change the wipers.
So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be fucking responsible.
Okay.
I'm gonna do this. So I'm searching through goddamn phone books to find primary care doctor.
Phone book.
Yeah.
It's not Google.
Well, it's basically a phone book.
Okay.
So I find the doctor, and I'm like, okay, well, let me do this.
Okay.
And so I find one, and I know it's like a shitty practice, but it's close kind of thing. And I'm like, well, let's take baby steps to this thing,
Oh, baby steps to the doctors.
to the doctors,
Baby
right?
steps to the bus.
So I call them, and I get this automated thing.
Okay.
And it says, press 1 if you're looking to become a new patient, right? So I press 1, and it goes immediately to a voicemail. And I'm like, oh, this is a great sign.
They're just vetting everybody.
Right.
That's basically
Well,
what's
that's exactly what they're doing, because they're like, Liz, they're like, okay, we know you want to be a new patient. We do not take Medicaid. If you are
right off the bat.
if you are on Medicaid, too bad for you. We don't.
It's kind of like par for America, ain't it?
Right.
You know, are you looking for better health? Fuck off.
Pretty much. And then they're like, and we don't take this, and we don't take that, and we don't take this. And at the end of the message, like, if you're still interested, at this point,
If you're still here and looking to pay.
and they're like, if you're still interested, hang up, call again, and get the operator. And I'm like, okay.
Usually at that point, it just rings to the operator.
You would think,
Yeah.
right? But then they're like, well, I know what they're trying to do, because typically people on Medicaid don't want to work.
Right.
So if they have to actually hang up the phone and dial again, they're gonna be like, "Ah, it's too hard. I'm not gonna do that." So,
Jesus.
so they're trying to vet people. Whoa, what happened to your nipples?
No, I wasn't touching my nipples.
Oh, okay.
I was just like, dang, that one stung.
Mm-hmm.
That was a
So
generalization.
yeah, sure. So I call back. I get the operator, and I'm
Right.
like, "Listen, I heard the spiel.
Yep.
I got good insurance. I'm good." And they're like, "Oh, you got insurance?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I've got insurance." And they're like, "Okay, well, here's the deal. I'm gonna take your information."
It seems so shady.
Dude, right? So they're like, I'm going to take your information. Any new patient has to be approved by the office manager. And I'm like, what does that
Why?
mean?
Yeah. Like, they're not a doctor.
Right. And I'm just like, are they just weeding out the black people? Like, what's going on here?
Oh my God.
That was like the first thought. I'm just like, what kind of racist bullshit is fucking going on here, right? So I'm like, but I need to see a doctor. So
Okay.
so I give them the information, right?
This got weirdly scary.
Right. So they're like, okay, so we got your information. What we're going to do is we're going to run by the office manager.
Right.
If the office manager approves you, we're going to send you a packet. And I'm like, okay. And then they're like, if you fill out the packet and you send it back to us, we'll call you and we'll set up an appointment.
What is this, a fucking job interview? Like, you're trying to check your health.
Right? I'm like, this should
What
not
kind of podunk bullshit is this?
this should not be this hard.
No.
It should not be this hard.
Absolutely not. Like, okay, if they want to weed out the people who just don't want to do the paperwork, like, I guess, but I'm not. If a doctor's office is like, oh yeah, fucking Carol, who's our office manager, she orders the staples every week.
Right.
If she approves you to come here to get better health, then yeah, you'll be good. I'm like, fuck that. No, I want a
Right.
doctor to approve me. I want
Right.
a doctor to look at me. You know, do the 12-point inspection.
They're like, okay, you're going to need some work. I'm going
Yeah.
to make some money off of you so you can come in.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Like that. Okay, fine.
And that's
sign
the
me
thing.
up.
Like, I mean, I know what I'm going to get. I'm going to go
Right.
in there. I'm going to have my physical. They're going to tell me I'm fat as fuck. They're going to be like, lose some weight. And then they're like, we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next year.
And then when I have a cough, I don't have to go to the goddamn urgent care.
Doctors are bullshit.
Well,
No, doctors are bullshit.
Most primary care doctors are bullshit. Like
Okay.
the surgeons and stuff, they probably know what they're doing.
The people, because, they're trying to save your life.
Right. So, like, but what I'm thinking is if I can get established somewhere, I don't have to go to the goddamn urgent care every time I get sick and pay like $50 more to go to the urgent care versus going to your primary care doctor.
Yeah, but they get you right in
At the urgent care?
sometimes.
No.
I've always gotten right in.
What? I've usually had to wait 2 hours.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I mean, you're used to waiting in line for stuff.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't even get a picture with the doctor. He didn't give me a hug. The fuck?
Not service with a smile.
Just give me some fucking, like, Pepto-Bismol or whatever the fuck.
And like a smiley face sticker.
Yeah. Oh, no, this one fucking doctor, though, was just like, what do you got? I'm like, I've got a cough. And he's just like, okay, here's some Oxycontins. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Jesus Christ. I remember when I got in my car accident, like, I felt fine. And they were like, how's your back? I'm like, well, my back is typically sort of like, okay, here's some Vicodin. I'm like, that's not what I was, what?
Yeah,
no, I don't need Vicodin. I mean, thank you. I'm sure there are people who will appreciate this, but I don't need to take that. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's actually a funnier story because we took my when my daughter was first born, we took her to that practice, and her pediatrician or family doctor, not a pediatrician, but was this guy, and he's was a nice guy, whatever the case may be, kind of jittery, whatever. Weird. And after like the third or fourth visit, he's just like, I hate to tell you this, I'm leaving this practice or whatever the case may be. And we're like, oh, whatever, that's okay. And then we went to a different practice and got her an actual pediatrician, but like 6 months later, I had some shit going on with my leg. Like, my leg really hurt. And I go into the urgent care, and it's that fucking doctor.
Oh.
And I'm just like, how weird. Like, you were my daughter's pediatrician. He's like, oh, yeah, whatever, kind of thing. And I'm just like, okay, like, my leg. And he's just like, oh, okay. Well, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you a referral to go look, to go to this ACL guy.
Okay.
But in the meantime, I'm going to give you 3 prescriptions.
Jeez. Oh, my God.
1 for Oxycontin, 1 for ibuprofen, 1 for, like, an anti-inflammatory thing. I'm just like, what the fuck, man?
Seriously.
I was taking my daughter to see you?
Now I think I know why he's not there anymore.
Right? What the fuck, man?
It's like fucking Tim's got a heavy hand with the prescription pad, if you know what I'm saying.
He meets you out back and he's just like, listen, give me half, and you can take the other half.
You know what? If that's, I wouldn't shock me one bit.
Plenty of people have gotten busted doing that.
I'm just saying.
All right, you got anything else? Take us out.
Well, do we want to wrap up with a story of the week?
Let's do story of the
I
week.
feel like some of these stories, though. Okay, you know what? This one's a little bit older, but
Is it? Hold on. Is it Hot Button?
you know what? Well, go ahead. You can play it. It might not be a button, but I think there's definitely some hotness to it. Dropping it. Mystery Pooper at New Jersey. Oh, it's a tie.
Oh, wow.
Fantastic. Mystery Pooper at New Jersey High School's track turned out to be the superintendent, police say.
I read this story.
Yes.
And actually, it's even better because it was the superintendent of the rival school.
That I did not know.
Yes.
Oh, wait. They didn't mention that.
Really?
Not in this article, at least. Was there more information that came out later?
There might have been.
Because this is the article I had originally pulled up.
Okay.
A Kenilworth school superintendent was charged Monday, and this is like a week or two ago, with defecating in public, was caught in the act, which, let's face it, is awkward as fuck, at the Holmdel High School football field and track after surveillance was set up due to human feces being found on a daily basis.
Daily.
Thomas Tremaglini, we'll go with that.
42 years old.
42. He's way past the Batman age.
He is past.
He's not even old man Batman yet.
He's just looking for a thrill.
Yeah, he's just looking for a thrill. Apparently, lives about 3 miles from the high school in neighboring Aberdeen. He was running at the track on the athletic fields at 5:50 a.m. before he was arrested. Track coaches and staff at the high school told district resource officers they found human feces near the football field and track daily, the police said in a statement. So when I had originally read this, or originally heard the news story came out, I thought it was, guy going for his morning run.
Right.
Oops,
Shit.
I got an accident going on right now. Because
Right.
listen, we've all been there.
Taking that protein shake.
You're at the gym. You're running on the treadmill. You get a little bit of a wet one going, and then turns out it's something's running down your leg. So
Right.
you got to
Shouldn't
kind
have
of
had that Indian food.
Exactly. Like we've all been to Taco Tuesday and then went to the gym immediately afterwards. It happens.
Sure does.
Sometimes you just gotta poop. So I thought this was just a case of guy needed to poop.
Right.
No porta potties anywhere.
Right. What are you gonna? What's a brother supposed to do?
What's a brother supposed to do? Sometimes you just gotta go under the bleachers and drop a deuce.
Right.
It happens. We've all been there. However, this was a daily occurrence.
That's the key to the story.
So if this is a daily thing, brother, you got a problem.
Well, that's what I heard.
But then, as it turned out, apparently,
he was
the superintendent for the rival school.
Correct, and thusly, to get back at the rival school,
I'm gonna Google New Jersey high school pooper.
and yeah, so but I have so many questions, and my main question is, like, it says that he was out running on the track, right?
Right.
So, and like we had talked about, he was doing some physical activity, and maybe it was his daily thing to go to the rival high school, take a dump on his run.
Mm-hmm.
What's the cleanup job?
What do you mean?
Like, I mean, obviously he didn't have toilet paper with him.
Oh, that cleanup job.
Like, he was running, like he was sweaty and dropping a 2, and then I presumably kept running.
Oh.
Right. That's stuff to think about.
He's got to have something with him, right?
Maybe he's got pocket tissues.
Pocket tissues?
Maybe.
Well, that's the thing, though. Like, if you're, like, running with stuff in your pockets, it don't work out.
Pocket tissues are
maybe, like, I would imagine maybe he had a bag.
Or like a doggy bag?
Well, not a doggy bag. Jesus. Like a gym bag with some, moist towelettes and some toilet paper in there.
Oh, okay.
And he's just digging in his ass. And
I don't know, because like if you're going out for a run, you're trying to carry as little as possible, right?
Right.
Like maybe a fanny pack.
Okay. I could get behind the fanny pack theory, but
Right.
the thing is if you're dropping a deuce, because clearly he was doing this for a reation.
Right.
Like this was I feel like there was malicious intent behind this.
Clearly, yes.
Clearly. Are you gonna leave toilet paper next to it?
I don't think so. That's DNA.
Because, well, I mean, there's shit sitting
yeah,
on
but-
the
but-
track.
but-
I think that's DNA enough there, sir.
But nobody wants to test that. They're going to test like for fingerprints first.
What are they going to test? The shitty toilet paper?
Sure.
What's the matter with you?
There's a clean spot. Your hand has to go somewhere.
That's, you're not wrong. But the thing is I feel like to really get this, because I feel like if there was like toilet paper next to it, that's like, okay, there's a chance this could have been an accident.
Sure.
Or just kids being kids.
No, because that means somebody's prepared.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess you're right.
Right.
But I feel like just that single deuce, just the pile sitting
Right.
there. Maybe it's a little bit colder, so it gets frozen. I feel like that's the real statement.
Well, it's New Jersey,
Yeah,
and we've just started to get nice weather.
yeah.
So he's been out in the elements, like dropping deuces like nobody's business.
Imagine a man just running around town
In 42.
at 42 years old, just shitting all along, shitting all over the place.
Can we make a suicide pact right now?
For what?
If by the time that either of us reach 42,
Okay.
if we're thinking about open defecation on some sort of rivals,
Brother, I'm always thinking about open defecation on some sort of rival's property.
Okay.
I mean, not that I would do it. It's still,
Can
still under the age.
if that's well,
make
yeah,
it weird.
You've got fucking like 13 years in front of
I
you.
feel like this is the type of thing when I'm like 74, I would totally do.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if it was a senior citizen, it's way more excusable.
And you know deep down they're like, I know what I'm doing.
Well, of course.
Because me at that age, that old age,
Right.
I would totally shit somewhere.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. But
Just be like-
at that point,
And just
I've got Alzheimer's. I'm fucking whatever.
Yeah,
I was a wrestler.
you were.
I was. Got filmed.
Did you ever poop your pants in the ring?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I came very close.
No, I did.
Yeah.
I had to throw them away.
Oh, good.
There was a spot where they pulled up the mats on the floor.
Yeah.
And I hit ass first.
Oh.
And like I couldn't help it. Just
There,
fucking
and
shit everywhere.
there's a couple guys who know this feeling, but no matter how many times I go to the bathroom during the day,
Doesn't matter.
before I get ready, no matter what, as soon as I put that last bit of gear on,
Mm-hmm.
immediately got to take
You
it
didn't
off.
even have the singlet, brother, because that's a whole nother thing.
That's a whole, if you guys, I mean, I could just drop trow and
Right.
and
I had to go through.
right.
I had to take the fucking
Yeah.
straps off. I had to
Yeah.
fucking undo the gimmick and then pull both. Like, I got 3 layers on at that point.
Yeah.
So, like, it's a whole goddamn thing.
Yep.
So, if you want to tell us how you poop,
Yeah.
you can
I
hit
would
us up.
love to know how everybody poops.
So, you can hit us up on Facebook at Brainwreck Show.
Yes, or find us on all social media channels, including Twitch, which we are also streaming live on right now. Find us at Brainwreck Show, all one word, across the board. Follow us, share things with us, talk to us.
Somebody.
Ta-
It's been 3 years.
somebody.
Find me somebody
this has
to
been Brainwreck Show.
love. Find me somebody
I-
to love.
You just ended it.